the first of three statements that Rashi makes with respect to Cain's bringing a mincha la Hashem, an offering to Hashem, mipri ha'adama, is that it was min hagarua, the poorest quality that he owned. The basis for this, according to the Mizrahi, is the contrast in descriptives between the offering of Cain to that of Hevel. In the following pasuk, dealing with Hevel's offering, we are told that his offering, not just from the flocks, but from the bechorot tzono, the firstlings, the firstborn of the flocks, and amongst the firstborn, umichel behem, the choicest. Such superlative descriptives are not mentioned with respect to Cain's offering. The text merely states that he brought mipri ha'adama. Hence, Rashi's conclusion, although drawn from the Bereshit Rabbah, a midrashic source, but one that can be defended from the standpoint of Pshuta Shel Mikra, the contrast between Pasuk 4, Cain's offering, to that of Hevel, allows Rashi to reach the conclusion that he does. Rashi then goes on to draw from the Medrash Tanchuma that Veyesh Agada, there is an Agadic statement, She'omeret, to the effect that Zera Pishtan Haya, the actual fruit of the ground that comprised Cain's offering, was in actuality bundles of flax. While many of the grains that we have today cannot be traced back to biblical times, there is ample evidence that flax was an ancient crop grown by farmers in biblical times. Nowadays it's grown for its use as an edible oil to be used for frying, possibly for salads. It's a nutritional supplement. It's also used in the production of furniture. It's an ornamental plant and used to make expensive linen. The prohibition of shatnez is to not combine linen with wool. It obviously was not grown for food production, as was the case with wheat and barley. Rashi then goes on to provide us with an alternative reading for the Pri Ha'adama of Cain's offering. This alternative reading is placed in brackets. We will look at this Davar Acher option shortly. Ostensibly, the commentary that Rashi provides for the Pri Ha'adama of Cain's offering comes as a response to an implied question. That implied question is, why was it that God rejected the offering of Cain, which ultimately led to the death of Hevel? And to this comes Rashi's response, that the offering was rejected because it lacked sincerity, it lacked willingness on the part of Cain to express true thankfulness for the produce of the land. And to this, Rashi adds the V'yesh Agada, that the Pri Ha'adama was a species of flax, and this amplifies the first statement that his offering was min hagarua, the poorest quality, that Cain's offering was an item that was not even used in the production of food. Amongst the rules that the Rebbe applies to the study of Rashi is that he generally does not include superfluous information. On the surface at least, once Rashi has responded to the implied difficulty as to why Cain's offering was rejected, it makes absolutely no difference whether it was bundles of flax, oranges, apples, potatoes, or whatnot. Hence, when one takes a critical look at the commentary of Rashi, one could ask why there was a need to include the Agadic source drawn from the Medrash Tanchuma, that it was specifically flax that Cain brought as his offering.